Hey, okay, let's make our way to bubble.us. And then you're gonna wait for further instructions. Now, if you click to start brainstorming, that's fine. We'll get started here. If you want to make your own account, all it requires is an email and a name. That's all it requires. But if you're gonna make up your own account or make one, just make sure you're clicking the free. There is a premium. Do not click the premium one. It costs way too much money. Don't do that. So, for what we're gonna use it for. So,
do I have to put my last name?
I think it says make any name you want.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna.
Yeah, if you want to register, otherwise you can just click start brainstorming. You can just start right off the bat. You don't need to actually make it. So, because some people made it because they weren't gonna finish with what we're doing today. So, what?
Do we get out of this class?
31. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Now
I didn't know.
Yeah, wait,
Now that I know.
Now you know what you're looking for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. But
nothing.
okay. All right. Now that you're logged in, here's what yours should look like if you started. It should look like this.
I don't know if I'm on the right thing.
It should look like this. Correct?
No. Yes. No.
Okay.
Yes.
If you click start brainstorming, you should be fine.
Oh, I had to click the button.
Yeah. It happens. Okay. Is everyone there?
Nope.
Okay.
It's still loading.
Yeah, it happens. All right, I'm gonna just start, fill in as you go. All right, here's what I like. Once you get started, I'm gonna zoom in here just so you can see this. You wanna click the Start Here tab. In this box, erase all the text and you wanna type the word polygon. Okay, polygon. And you can click outside the box, you can click anywhere you want. So this is our first type. In chapter 6, the first section talked about all the different types of polygons. We've really focused on one type. So below this box, you want to click this little plus arrow down below it. That'll make a separate branch. In this green box, again, I've clicked the little plus arrow below polygon. There's a little plus arrow if you highlight it. You want to type in the word quadrilateral. You want to type in the word quadrilateral. And again, in that box, there's going to have an arrow because again, you click the plus. Don't try to click the plus off to the side on the polygon. Try to click the one below it, so it makes the branch going down.
Kevin, you have like 10 boxes.
Yeah, try not to make that many boxes. You might need to delete some. Just be careful if you're typing this box for quad. If you accidentally hit the little X over here, it deletes everything. So don't do that. I had a couple of people in the first class. They were deleting, like they're making it, and they're like, "Oh, I made a mistake," and they clicked. Thing's gone. And they had to restart. So, alright, now that you're here, okay, here's what I'd like you to do. You're going to click the little plus arrow below it, not off to the side. If you click off to the side, it makes separate categories. That's not what we want. We want to go below quad. And what I'd like you to do, without using your notes right now, try the best you can, I would like you to try to think about what are all the different types of quads we've learned about in chapter 6. Think about it. Hey, don't say them out loud. I want to see if you can type them in and see how many you can remember. That's all I want to see.
Box?
No, different boxes. You want to click the plus sign and make a bunch of different boxes with the different quads you can remember their names.
Polygon.
Okay.
Quad.
Quads. The different quads. Okay, that's all of what chapter 6 is about. So think back to the notes we've had. Don't look at anyone else's. Just right now, I want you to see what you personally remember. Try not to use anyone else because I want to see.
I have an idea, but I don't know.
Hey, type it in. Even if it's an idea, type it. I want to see what you have.
Rhombus.
Okay.
Wow.
Thanks, Kevin. Do I click the side one?
Click the, if you want to click side, it'll make different side categories. If you click the ones below it, it'll go categories below. So the side button is if you're making separate categories, which might be what you're going to do here.
Well, I don't know because I want to
Just click
go off of quads.
Oh, then click the arrow below it.
Oh,
And then go from that one to the side.
See, that's
How many are there?
3.
There's a few.
There's more than
You
3
only
words.
had to do 3?
You have to do as many as you can remember.
Oh man.
I want to see what you can remember.
I don't know.
Without just like looking at your neighbors. Because the whole point is to see what do you remember and then we'll fill in what the names are. Because some people might not have them right.
No! It's not what I clicked on.
I just spelled it. I don't know if that's right.
Lord, I can only put 3 of them.
Yes.
I spelled that wrong.
Yeah, that's true. I can only put 3.
Now, hey, I'm not saying that you're perfect, but you do remember something.
And then it'll make 2 more down
Well, I
below.
want to be perfect one.
But it's still connected to the top box.
Oh,
Yeah, some of the
whoa.
names that are correct.
Wow.
Alright?
Dude, coming in clutch.
Square wrong.
Is a parallelogram not a...
Hey, don't say no.
Are you
I thought that was a
kidding me?
number.
I'm
Oh,
still
I get it.
typing.
Okay.
actually remember some more that some other people didn't remember. The generic 3 are kind of the ones that I've been seeing a lot of people have been typing.
Did I get the 3? Right.
Triangle.
Kevin, that is beautiful.
What is?
You just typed it in twice. Interesting. Okay. So you did remember some of that too. Okay. Hey. Alright, so does anyone need a little more time? Do we get all the ones you can remember? Alright, let's start on off the bat. Let's start with the first category, and Kevin, you actually it was Al, I think you said it out loud. What was one of those categories you just said a little bit ago? Parallelogram. That is a major category. Whoa, hold on.
What is you doing?
Whoa, I'm
no, baby.
just going nuts here. Alright, where are we at? There we go. Alright, so the first category was parallelogram. Alright, so that was one of my first categories. Most people don't remember that one. That's just one that you should have somewhere here. Again, you can drag it wherever you want. You can put it wherever you want.
What?
Okay, now, there is another side category to parallelogram. So I'm going to click the side arrow because there's a completely different branch. If you see, I'm making my own separate branch. Instead of parallelograms, there was another one.
Rhombus.
Nope, that's a subcategory. We'll get to that one here in a minute. You're not wrong. Don't get me wrong. That's a word we're going to see in a little bit.
Trapezoid.
Okay, say it.
Trapezoid?
Trapezoid.
What?
I put that.
Trapezoid. A lot of people forget trapezoid. It's one that's it's easily forgotten because we haven't seen it since day 1 of chapter 6. That's one we're going into. It's the last section. We're going to start that tomorrow. Now, there's another subcategory, which I believe, Kevin, you had.
Rhombus?
Nope. There's with the
I
K.
have a question.
Kite.
Can I
Kite.
put trapezoid
Oh, I had
have in its own, or do I have to just do it like that?
Hey, if you have the word kite or trapezoid underneath parallelogram, you can delete the little attachment, the little tentacle, and you can draw an arrow from quad down to trapezoid. How you do that? If you accidentally deleted the little tentacle, you click the word quad, and this is what you do. If you need to drag a tentacle to another one, click the word quad, hit the little arrow. This little arrow, and then it'll highlight quad, and then you can click on the box you want to connect it to, and it'll draw an arrow there. You can even change it to where it's a tentacle, but if you click the arrow, it'll actually draw an arrow.
That makes me uncomfortable.
That word makes me like.
Tentacle?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'll avoid it. The little branch. How about that?
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
I like the word tentacle.
All right. Hey.
I don't even know if I said that
Hey.
right.
Let's move on. Okay. Now let's get to those other categories. So I think it was Erica. You said a category of a parallelogram. What was one that you said?
Rhombus.
Rhombus, that is one. Rhombus is a separate category, it's a separate branch of a parallelogram. Is there another one?
Square.
I have a question.
That is a subcategory of a rhombus.
You think those lines look like this?
Make sure I spelled
Yes.
square right this time. Okay.
Okay, so square, that is a subcategory of a rhombus. I know that seems a little weird, but it is a subcategory. Okay, now,
Rectangle.
rectangle is the other category of a parallelogram.
Woo.
So, it is, oops, jeez. So the rectangle is a separate category of a parallelogram, but there should be an arrow going from rectangle, ooh, geez.
Oh God,
Hold on, you gotta click the rectangle down to square. Now if I wanna make that a different looking line, I can.
No. Work, please.
No.
Almost. Okay.
Why isn't this line?
Alright, there we go, alright.
Please.
Wow.
Alright, there we go.
Wait, my line doesn't look the same.
Squad.
I'm having technical difficulties, just, alright, there we go.
What is happening?
You and me both.
There we go, alright.
Change your color, because that's making me uncomfortable.
Which one?
Uncomfortable.
Click the arrow,
That one?
What
Yes,
do you
click it.
mean?
then click that.
What do
Click
you
my
mean?
color,
Ooh,
and then click on the far right. The far right.
far right. This one?
No. Go all the way down, and then go one up.
Oh.
Go one up.
Oh,
Feel better.
okay.
Okay.
See,
Moving
now
on.
it's the same color.
Alright,
Whoa, whoa,
So-
whoa, 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 whoa.
alright. Now, again, Why we did this. I wanted to show you the map and how things are connected. Now, here's the question. Did anyone else have any others than these? Now, the arrows or the branches may not be connected right, so you can make fixes there. You can delete the branches, add arrows. You can do whatever you need to. There is one more category, though.
Triangle.
No, it's not.
If you do triangle, that would be up here. I didn't want those. You are technically right. That's different types of polygons, but I want quads only. There's one other one.
Wait, you said right.
Man, I'm screwing this.
I got this.
Yes.
What's it start with?
Let's go.
I.
What's it start with? Isosceles.
That is a type of triangle.
Trapezoid.
Isosceles trapezoid. It's the other category. I'm going to drag this. There we go. The isosceles trapezoid. Whoa, stop. It was just going by itself. Stop. I can't do it. Alright.
Oh no.
It's just going nuts. Alright. Anyways, these are the categories of the quads.
Lord, how
Isosceles
does
is
one
these.
do?
What? You're crazy, dude.
Okay. Now, here's what I'd like you to do today. I'll go with it. Probably. Alright.
No, for real. How do you do this?
Or do you want to play Fortnite with me?
No. Alright. So,
Bring
Or
it
play
over
Alright.
Tyler Nielsen.
Fortnite with me.
no. Alright, hey, here's what I'd like you to do. To get credit today, what you need to do for the next few minutes, because I know we're in here for the next maybe about 10 minutes. I would like you, with your notes or your textbook, to click on each of these words. So when you click on them, you hit enter, so it gives you a little space below them. So when you click on this one, you hit enter, it'll put a little space down below parallelogram. I want you to type in the definition that you know for parallelogram. So look at your notes, look at your textbook if you need to. I want the definition of those words. Once you have all those definitions typed in for parallelogram, rhombus, rectangle, square. Now, the only ones we really haven't discussed yet is kites and the trapezoids. We've actually had these definitions. I don't know if you can remember them. We have in the beginning of chapter 6. So you might need to go back to your notes to look at those. I would like you to type in the definitions, not properties. The definition. There's a difference.
Wait, where do we find that? Is it like the table of contents, or is it in the back of the book that gives you all the?
Yeah, the definitions. There's a dictionary in the back.
That's what it's.
So, all right. Once you have those typed in, here's what I'd like you to do. You can either screenshot what your little bubble, your mind node, brainstorming session. How you screenshot, if you don't know, you're going to type in, or here's what you do if you want to take a screenshot of like the whole screen, so you got to zoom out a little bit. You're going to hit the control, and then you're going to hit the button at the top of your keyboard, which is called the app switcher button. It looks like this. It's the one right beside the full screen button.
That looks like someone who has really bad teeth.
Yeah. But you hit control, you hit the little app switcher button, it should take a screenshot. You can drag the little box to take a screenshot.
Well,
Or
it's just like a square with 3 lines.
yeah. If you can't take a screenshot, you're going to probably have to set up an account and then share it with me. There's a share button at the top. It looks like a triangle of dots. It's at the top menu bar. It's a share button. You can share it with me via email. You need to email me either the picture of your screenshot, or you need to share it with me via my account. And my email again is dward@ghvschools.org. So you got to email me that picture or share it with me, and that's the same email.
Or what's your PlayStation then?
So I don't have one.
You do. I
Ward
didn't
at
play
GHG
PlayStation.
I'm not going to tell you that. So
Yes,
all
you
right, no.
I'll play Fortnite.
No, stop. All right. So, hey, make sure that you're typing that in, all your definitions, then you can share it. You have less than 10 minutes here to get this kind of wrapped up. Now, if you want to work on it today, that's fine. Here's the only thing I'm warning you of. If you're going to work on this and make it nice and pretty and then send it to me,
That's what I'm doing.
you need to make sure you make an account in case you accidentally close the window. If you're going to do that, you're going to send it to me later today. Because if you accidentally close it, you have to restart if you didn't make an account. Because if you made an account, it saves it. But if you didn't, if you didn't save it, then you're going to have to restart and just do this whole thing again. Now, tomorrow we're going to do something different. Today was kind of the trial period to get you used to the mechanics of the website, how this website works. Tomorrow we're going to do something different with it. So that's what we're going to see. And this is to help us organize our thoughts and how properties work. Now remember, when you're typing your definition, it's definition only. Don't write the properties. The most common mistake people make is when they're typing in parallelogram and they're trying to type the definition. I always have people like, oh, the opposite sides are equal, opposite angles are equal. Those are properties. That's not what I'm asking for. I want the basic definition of the word.
I don't know if I did that right.
Okay. So I'll walk around, I'm gonna check, but again, this is something you need to share with me via email, either screenshot or actually share it with me so I can actually check it today. Okay, so type it in.
Just find, there's a one that is.
So we just type our definitions in.
So I would have stopped right after that first period. I was the second kernel, but that's fine, leave it.
Okay.
You guys are bringing up the dictionary as it pops up, that's pretty cool. Again, if you have my notes, you would have had all the definitions. But this is something I want you to share. Again, take the screenshot or share it with me if you made an account.
Kevin, is that weird girl?